Tonewood, is it a real thing? Today we're going to try to find out. Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo. It's good to have you along. Yes, today I'm going to be seeing how wood affects the tone of a guitar, and we're going to be doing it with this guitar, which will sadly be very mutilated. But don't worry, it's not very sad, because this guitar is so terrible that I can't even give it away in good faith. It's a Gear for Music Strat, which is horrible. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing it through the Roland and the Marshall Clean, Crunch and Overdrive. Then I'm going to take it to the school where I used to work and kind of do again, to the woodworking shop, and we're going to put it through a saw and cut off all the bits that aren't strictly speaking necessary. The thinking being that if wood affects the tone of the guitar, the amounts of wood should also affect the tone of the guitar. And we'll see how much the sound changes. Everything will be the same: strings, string height, amp settings, mic placement, all of that. So, let's get going with the Roland Cube Cleans. Right, let's move this show onto the woodworking shop. Right, so here is the sawn up guitar, and here are the bits that have been sawn off. As we can see from this picture, the tree, or trees, have grown really quickly. So, yeah, it's really light as well. Now, naturally, it's been a while since I filmed the first part, and even if it was yesterday, I wouldn't remember how it sounded. Not exactly. So, I'm gonna have to film this and then come to some conclusion after I've edited it, which is a bummer, but maybe you'll get something out of this. So, here is the Roland Cube. Except it isn't, because the tuner is on. And it's still not the Roland Cube. Tends to help if you turn it on. One thing I will say, I've been really particular about not moving anything since I filmed the last part. Switch to the Marshall. Before I go on, I would like to say that this video is very much sponsored by the good people who support this channel in different ways. There's a link in the description where if you buy something that way, you will support the channel at no extra cost to you. You can even buy your strings that way. It will help the channel. So I do hope you check that out. Thank you to everyone who supports. One thing I do have to say, it's really weird to play. I actually think it looks almost better now. Weirdly, but it is a pain to play. Maybe I'll make some kind of monster guitar out of this, where glue these on, something like this. That might be interesting. But I have to say, it is made of wood. 2 pieces of wood, not too bad. Even though the guitar itself is absolutely a pile of dog shit. So let me edit this and come up with some kind of conclusion. This has been interesting so far. So I've edited most of the video now, and I had to listen to the back-to-back stuff, and this has taken ages to make. It's not been a perfect video by any means, and there is a bit of a difference in terms of sound. First off, the clean sounds with the Roland, I think there's something wrong with the amp, where in the first clip it's breaking up just a bit, and there's a weird kind of, I don't know how doesn't sound entirely healthy. And that's not the wood of the guitar, that's the amp. It's also a bit louder, which is, again, I assume it's the amp because I haven't changed anything on the mixer or in the settings of the amp. Now, the Marshall, there I might have knocked touched the volume pot that I have in front of me, because there was a slight volume difference there as well. So there was a tiny difference in sound. Also, I did play slightly differently. But for my money, I don't think there's a difference in sound when it comes to the wood or amount of wood that this guitar had. And even if there was, the difference is such that it would mean absolutely nothing. And I don't just mean in terms of it sitting in a mix, you playing with a band. I mean, it's the kind of difference that you wouldn't even notice if you just sit and just play, just you. At least I wouldn't. Maybe you have better ears than me. Maybe. But I suspect it's more to do with a kind of placebo effect where you when you know it's something else, you assume it will sound like something else. It's like the old thing with the mixing engineer sitting around, the band's sitting around when he's mixing the thing, and the percussionist says, "We need more cowbell," and the mixing guy and the rest of the band are like, "Sorry, really?" And he says, "Yes, more cowbell." I've actually had my dad, it's happened to him, with a slightly violent drummer saying, I don't think it was cowbell, it was the bongos, I think, "More bongos." And everyone's like, "No." And my dad was like, "No." And he said, "More bongos or I'll kick your ass." So my dad, he put his finger on the fader and did nothing, and lifted his finger and asked, "Is that better?" And the guy said, "Yes." Because he thought there would be a difference. There was a difference for him. So yeah, I don't think, based on this test, that Tonewood makes a difference. If I were to redo this, and I might redo this, I would probably do it in a lot shorter space of time, and I might also have two bodies ready to swap. Yeah. Regardless, if you want to watch a video on the best cheap guitars in the world, this was definitely not one of them. I do hope you consider supporting the channel via the link in the description, but above all, I do hope that you have a nice day. Enjoyed this video and be kind to each other. Take care. See you. Goodbye.